After the boss died, 2 swirling purple portals appeared in front of Shadow. The system announced the tomb was cleared and gave him 2 portals to choose from for his exit. Shadow gathered the loot and tossed some to a shocked Chen Wuming. He explained he only took the assassin gear and lifespan, leaving the rest for the Knights Templar leader. Chen hesitated to accept, admitting he did nothing to help fight the boss. Shadow reassured him that guarding their flag was crucial to winning the team battle. He insisted the loot and lifespan were his rightful reward for his efforts. Overjoyed, Chen thanked him and asked if he was returning with them. Shadow said he had business in the Bashu region and stepped through the second portal. Chen respectfully watched him leave as the system confirmed his destination. Far away in a ruined city marked by a stone panda statue, a blue light signaled Lu Jianfeng's return. The Jufeng pavilion leader respawned at his base, instantly surrounded by subordinates asking about his duel with Shadow. One man asked who won but was quickly scolded by another who noticed their leader's grim look. Lu Jianfeng knelt on the ground and wept silently. His men tried to comfort him, saying there was no shame in losing to the world's top player and they could always try again. Still crying, Lu cursed their naive optimism. Devastated, Lu screamed that he hadn't even taken a single drop of Shadow's health. His men listened in stunned silence as Lu confessed that despite using all his strength, skills, and tactics, he couldn't touch a single hair on Shadow's head. He explained the massive power gap, revealing that Shadow shattered his 99 layers of absolute defense and emptied his health bar before he could even blink. One of his men suddenly spoke up, claiming he knew the secret behind Shadow's impossible strength. He declared that Shadow had to be cheating. Lu and the others looked up, stunned by the bold accusation. The man argued that since they were all under the same system, it was impossible for someone to solo a diamond boss, instantly break maxed shields, and dodge every attack. He insisted Shadow was hacking. Desperate for an excuse, the others quickly agreed that his logic made perfect sense. Their sadness turned into anger. They agreed that losing to a cheater meant nothing, and one member demanded to know how to report Shadow to get him banned. While they cursed the alleged hacker, a sharp knock at the door interrupted them. Frustrated, one of the men yelled out, angry that someone was bothering them at a time like this. They yanked the door open with threats, only to freeze in terror. Standing in the doorway was the tall, dark figure of Shadow. Panic filled the room as the men backed away. They wondered how Shadow found their base and feared he had come to slaughter them. Thinking Shadow was there to take over their hideout, an angry subordinate charged at him. He called Shadow a cheating dog and vowed that their guild would never surrender. Unfazed, Shadow raised his hand and stopped the charge by tossing a massive glowing orb at them. He calmly explained he tracked them down just to return the 2,333 years of lifespan they lost during the tomb duels. Relieved but confused, Lu asked if Shadow was there to kill them. Shadow asked why he would do that. Since the event was over and the boss was dead, he had no reason to fight them. The men were shocked by his honesty, realizing he freely gave back thousands of years of lifespan he could have kept. Then they caught the implication and realized Shadow had just admitted to defeating a diamond-grade boss entirely on his own. Overwhelmed by his strength and honor, Lu and his men dropped to their knees. They apologized for misjudging him and swore absolute loyalty to him. Shadow stared at the kneeling men, confused by their sudden dramatic submission. Blushing enthusiastically, Lu promised they would do anything for him, even making an uncomfortably suggestive offer to prove it. Disgusted, Shadow quickly rejected the weird offer. He told them he only needed their help finding the coordinates of all emerald grade or higher bosses in the region. Lu hesitated, looking troubled. Shadow noticed and asked if the task was too hard for them. Sweating nervously, Lu explained that local major guilds had already wiped out all the surface-level emerald bosses. He added that their only option left was to enter the Phantom Dungeon. He warned Shadow it was highly dangerous, especially since it was supposedly haunted by real ghosts. Intrigued by the ghosts, Shadow asked him to explain. Lu explained that players who escaped the dungeon often came out completely stripped of their gear and clothes. The victims would only babble nonsense and took days to recover their sanity. Shadow instantly recognized this behavior from his past life. He immediately knew the true identity of the so-called ghost. Without hesitation, Shadow ordered Lu's group to lead him there. His eagerness shocked the men, who nervously wondered if he had some weird thrill-seeking fetish, but Shadow firmly told them to move out. At the eerie entrance of the Phantom Dungeon, another group of players was marching inside. They laughed at the local rumors, claiming the traumatized victims were just paranoid and ghosts weren't real. The confident trio belonged to the Shudao Mountain Guild. Led by a bald man in sunglasses alongside 2 women, they arrogantly marched forward, boasting that they would uncover the dungeon's secrets once and for all.